Hi everybody, it's Kim. Tony on one of my Facebook groups has asked our members to do a pantry tour. And I did one recently when I redid my entire kitchen. Well, I have to redo my kitchen again. I have everything, a lot of stuff pulled out. My table stacked up to the ceiling. I have things ready to go. But I'm going to start in this corner of my kitchen. This is on the south wall of my house. I have these 4 bins here. Now, we just had an issue. I live with cornfields all the way around me. And the day after they took the corn down, we ended up hearing some chewing in the house under the floor. And unfortunately, we had a rat situation where we had 2 get in the house at night. They have been very well taken care of. They are gone. We no longer have that issue. But these bins help keep mice and other vermin out of things. This top one would be things like cake mixes, muffin mixes, cereal, crackers, things like that. The second one is my pasta container. It's any kind of pasta that I have. Anything that a mouse, or we get more mice than rats. That's only the second time in 8 years we've had a problem. But so that would be pasta. This is like my rice mixes. I'm trying to think what else would be in there. Any of the, I put ramen noodles in there. I call them meal helpers. Like if I'm really stumped for something, I could grab a container of a rice mix and some chicken or burger or whatever, and I can make a meal up in minutes. And the one on the bottom, that's heavy stuff. That's things like extra ketchup, my pasta sauce. I'm trying to think what else. Anyway, it's peanut butters, things that are in plastic containers that could get chewed through. That is the bottom one, which I rarely move. Now you're going to see my dogs here. I had all my canned goods on this shelf here, which I'm in the process of moving because although these were rated for 80 pounds per shelf or something like that, they were bowing in the middle really bad. I have pre-made meals on the bottom. That's things like soup starters. I have stew. I have meat, stroganoff mix, and then I have beef and mushrooms, and I think there's chicken pot pie, something like that. Well, all these jars will be moved, and I'm going to be switching back my pots and pans and baking supplies and, paper towels and whatever, because this shelf doesn't hold nearly what they said it does. I might be able to put a few empty jars up here, but I probably will get more of these bins because I really like how they look, keeping things neat. So I'm in the process of redoing that one. And this cloth that you see my dogs laying on, that I use to wrap around my shelving so that I don't get the sunlight coming directly on them. Now under the microwave, hope you can see it. You see my bunny over there. I have dry goods. That's where I'm starting to put them in the bottom. Things like rice. I use large mason jars, like half gallon or whatever. And any jars I found. I have I have some eggs down there, water glass eggs. And I will be moving that. I didn't have a place for the jarred up food that I have there. But I'm working on another solution to that. I have a lot of, this is like flour. This is what I'm using right now. That would be flour, might be flour and sugar, one of the two. It's labeled on the other side. And I use these. These are the ones that I use to refill my containers that I keep in the cabinet. And behind my island here, I have some more buckets stored up. But I'm working on something to get those mostly out of the way. It's not going to get all of them. But this, when you come in the back door, I'm going to make something that, kind of nice. I'll put this one down there and cover them up. You don't see them from the other side because the island's in the way. Now, we have very little storage here. So my island has things like my hand mixer, my little hand blender thing. Medications are here at the end. Oh, let's see. I don't know. There's some empty jars down here. Whatever's not too heavy for these little bins, I have down across here. I would prefer to put things like rice mixes and stuff, but like again, I said we have problems in the fall with the mice and I don't want to deal with it. So I have to look for other alternatives to that. All right, this is where my canned goods were before, and I moved them to the other one because I thought I could put more on there. But these are ones that I either just completed and I needed to stick them somewhere, or they're from last year or maybe even 2 years ago that I want to make sure we use up before I use anything fresh this year. So at the very bottom down there, I have some broths. I have some, that's 36 pints, well, including those 4, of carrots that I did. Those are tomatoes down there. The row up from that has some corn, my grapes I did this year, and apple stuff here, and some over there, I think. No, that's corn and something else. That row right now, I'm not sure because I don't like my meat products up high. That's all meat products that I've canned. There's like chicken, that's chili. I just finished the chili last night. I have 11 quarts there. Above that is chicken, beef, some sausages, and things like that. Now those pots and pans will be moved back to that black rack as well as that stuff. And you can see I have overflow, which needs to get down off of there so that I can put those away as well. I guess you would call this my actual pantry in my house. I have 2 of these little cabinets. They're 15 inches wide, I think. Anyway, that top shelf has my food saver and some other things because it slants down and not much will fit there. Medications are here that are not used on a regular basis. Then I have my baking shelves in here and my canner down there. This is going to be changed. I just ordered some pull-out shelves for the very bottom here. I could put some of my jars down here, and this is where I think I'm going to store my long-term meats and meals because this is the coolest place in the house. I don't heat the kitchen very hot. It never gets above 62 in here unless I'm cooking actively. So I'm not too worried. I mean, it's the coolest place I have. I have no choice. So that is one of my little tiny pantries. And directly opposite, I have like the match of it. So that cereal needs to get out of here. All of these pre-made meals, I have room in those black totes. Those are going to go in there as soon as I get to it. Then I put kind of my working pantry. I keep maybe 2 or 3 of everything in here from those totes, especially that bottom one that's heavy, so that, you know, we have something to work with. And again, I ordered, that's just that those bags have to go. I'm going to store some of my canned goods in here. And I ordered another pull-out shelf for down here. And you can see I have some water glassed eggs. I have a big thing of oils down here. And behind that, I have some long-term food storage, which is going to get moved as well. Just when I started filming this, this box came in. This is another shelf like this, except it's only 3 tiers high, and it has wheels on it. So I think I can use that for some of my canned goods. And then I'm going to order another one of these shelves to replace that black plastic one over on the other side of the kitchen because they're obviously sturdier. They can hold like 1,100 pounds. I don't know. It's a ridiculous amount. And I think once I get that shelf in and the black plastic one is gone, I'm going to use this one for my pots and pans, some of my baking goods, and I'll see if I could fit like my Instant Pot and things like that on it. Okay, when I talk long-term food storage, I'm talking about cans like this. They are fully sealed. I've been ordering these since before the pandemic. I have a platform bed in my bedroom, and these cans go under the bed because I have nowhere else to put them. I have several in the cabinets that need to get moved over there, and that storage is almost full up, so I won't be able to fit too many under there. Not sure if I can double stack them, but I might move some other type of cans out there that are a little bit shorter, that have like at least a 5-year expiration date. So don't forget, under bed storage works really well. I have, the guys bought me for Christmas one of those purple mattresses, so I just put it on platform bed. Don't have to have a box spring that way. And then I can use the space under the bed for a platform to put food in. This is a plan I'm working on right now. This is the extra shelf to that plastic one I have in there. And I bought a couple new end tables because my other ones were really falling apart. And I realized I got some chair covers in the wash for these things. These things are like 14 years old. I'm going to make a cover out of some of the beige material that I have. I bought a couch cover that won't fit my couch for $3 at a thrift store. I'm going to cut it up and I'm going to make a nice cover. I have to get a board to put on here so things don't tip over. But I have a lot of storage under there. And I know I can fit at least 3 of those 5-gallon buckets under there. So I'm deciding whether I'm going to move my buckets here to get them out of the kitchen. Then I could push that island back a little bit and give me some more room in there. If not, then if I really, really need storage for canning jars, they may go here. All right, I just picked up that table about a month ago. I'm going to make a container of some sort, and I'm going to cover it with the same fabric I'm going to make for the end table. And I can use that for storage. I could put those Ogson Farms in here. I don't want to put anything super heavy, but if I could find a plastic container that fits perfect, I'll just make a little cover for it. Then I could put things that I kind of want once in a while. And I'm going to do the same under there. Things that I need that I kind of want handy. I don't want them under my bed or anything like that. Then I came up with another idea. And I'm going to make a skirt out of the same beige material. There should be enough. And I'm going to be able to store things under my couch. I will probably put some of my canned food under there. It does stay cooler. This is a wood floor and it's uninsulated from below. So it should stay relatively cool. And I think that would be, it is a couch. I had to cover it so the dogs don't make it filthy. But, I've got quite a bit of space down there where I can store some canned goods. I have to be careful because we do use the pellet stove once in a while, and I don't want it to get too hot under there. So at the end, I'll have to, pay attention to it. Or I'll store maybe some of my baking supplies or something. I might get those wheeled under bed boxes, and I think I'll put some of my muffin pans and things that I don't use a lot that would free up shelves in my kitchen. So that is most of the storage I have. I have one other small area. I'm not using it right now because I just moved it, but I'll give you an idea what you could use anyway. Okay, I just moved this bookcase into my bedroom, and you could see like some of the books are all the way to the front. Well, it so happens that there's a lot of books I wanted to keep. There's actually 2 layers of books, 2 levels. There's one in the back and one in the front. You can use bookcases to store food behind the books, especially if it's things that you're worried about. If somebody were to come and try to take your food, or maybe something you really don't want anybody else to know is there. Use your bookcases if you have them in your house. You can get double duty out of them. Gives you a little bit extra room somewhere else. Again, I keep a little notebook where kind of everything's located, or at least by the year, I'll give myself maybe I'll store extra carrots here because I still have 10, 12, 15 pounds to do, and I'm going to get those jarred up. So maybe I don't need that many in my kitchen. I might store a row of carrots behind these 2 levels of books, and then in my notebook, I would say carrots on bookshelf. So anyway, got to see the other 2 girls. I got to show you my Ziva. If you guys have any other ideas, I'd appreciate it. We do not have heated outbuildings. We do not have a basement. Actually, the water table is so high here in the spring. Literally, if you put your hand down in the soil 4 or 5 inches, you're going to end up with water. So I know she thinks I'm going to go brush her or something. She's got to go hide in her little box. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. There are things you could do for small spaces. Oh, and I forgot, if you have a friend or a daughter like I do who has a basement, you could put some of your long-term stuff at her house. Even some of my medium term stuff is at her house. And when I go to visit her, I could bring back, you know, a case of something or 2 cases if you need. So that's always another option. She has a nice basement. It's very dry, and that's an alternative. But I like to keep a lot of things here. And I did not even talk about my freezers. I have 2 chest freezers that are pretty loaded, and that's the rest of the major portion of our food right now. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think, and have a wonderful day.